I was listening to the story about, it was a story of a family in Washington, and the little boy called the Bigfoot the cowboy man. And he had, apparently, it had made an effort to steal this kid. And it hit me. My children were in that playpen behind me with nothing but a mosquito net over them. It could have crept up behind me and taken both of my children, and I wouldn't have known.
Father just got like a Mustang or something from Wyoming, okay? He had it out in the corral because he couldn't put it in the barn in the stalls with the other horses. It would kick and made all the other horses nervous. Had a Seminole Indian working the horse trying to break it every day. So they had it out in the corral. This skunk ape snuck up behind this horse and grabbed it on its hind quarters. This particular horse kicks out, jumps over the corral, runs into the pasture, to get away. At this point, the rancher's out there just blasted away with the dirty. Skunk ape runs into the swamp.
I went up there one day after that, or 2 days after that. I went up there and sat in the silence up there, and I'm telling you, man, it was free. It was crazy. There was a crazy vibe up there still. I did what I could to kind of get things under control, but I told her, I said, you need to get off this property. I feel like no matter how strong you are, it's almost like standing in the ocean. You can't stand still without moving your feet. You're going to get knocked over eventually, no matter how strong, whatever. You can't withstand a barrage of weird spiritual energy.
What is up, you beautiful people? It seems like I haven't seen y'all.
Oh my gosh, in ages. What the? God, we suck as hosts. We hadn't been on here in forever.
I know, we got to get our shit together. We need to put out more content for y'all.
God.
What's it been, like 40 minutes?
Yep. I got that second wind. And
we got our second wind. Everybody, hope everyone that was in the first one could make it back to round 2, our first ever. Y'all are a part of history.
Yep.
The first ever double header on Paranormal Odyssey.
And 2 heads are better than 1.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, especially my brain. I think if we put our heads together, like our brains mesh, it'll be 1. Like,
yeah, I was gonna break our rule and make a dirty joke, but I laid off of it.
Yeah, I kind of ventured in that direction, which kind of made me hesitant to even say 2 heads are better than 1.
Anyway, how are you doing, Tiff? God, I ain't talking to you in so long.
I know, gosh, it's been a hot minute, man.
So are you? What did you do in your 40 minutes off?
I went to the bathroom and I talked to my husband.
Is Zach at home?
He is.
Has he not been in the chats? What's up?
No. Nope, he's here though.
Zachy, where you at, buddy?
Hey, Zachy. Bro, I'm gonna call him that from now on. Be like Zachy.
Hey, Zachy.
It's gonna be like, shut up. Like, come on. Nope.
All right. Thank you guys for hanging out. Those of you that did on the first episode with Miss Crystal Blevins, that was a really good. What's up, Mr. T?
No, it's Zachy.
Zachy T.
That's funny.
That was a really good episode that we just got done, and we are going to follow it up with another really good episode. We got Cindy and Martha backstage. It's mainly going to be Cindy because we had Martha on a couple weeks ago. She had her turn, and now Cindy gets to come on and talk about some spooky schnit.
Yep.
Those 2 ladies, Cindy and Martha, are the Bigfoot cook ladies. They handle the cooking at the Ozark Mountain Bigfoot Conference.
Yes.
And they do a fantabulous job out there. Brian and I attended that last year. We will be attending it again this year. Our good buddy, Mr. Robert Matler, was there. And we just had an awesome time. They did a really good job keeping us fed.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to get to them here in just a second. Robert Matler, love those ladies. There you go, Cindy.
Yeah.
You
And
remember Robert?
y'all are gonna love her hair.
Oh yeah, she did it up for y'all
She
tonight.
did it up.
Yeah.
She did
Let's
it
pay
up.
some bills before we can get these ladies out here.
All right.
You want to?
You want to? I guess. I mean, kind of have
Y'all, if you're just new tonight, before you leave, before you get up out here, hit that subscribe button. We would certainly appreciate that. Help Miss Tiffany and I continue to grow this little show.
Yes, tell your mom and them that we are almost to 3,000 subscribers. And I was talking to Mr. Dizzle today, and I told him that when Wayne and I started working together in August 15th of 23, there were 1,800 and some now. And now we are at 2,800 and some. So if you could
1,000.
please subscribe to us. Okay, I'll quit begging. If you would like to come on with Wayne and myself, you can reach out to both of us, Wayne at paranormalworldproductions.com or me, Tiffany at paranormalworldproductions.com. And as I said in our last show, we have one date left for February and we are scheduling into March. But we would love to hear your encounters, so please reach out to one of us.
Guys, if you would, please head over to paranormalworldproductions.com. Check out the website, all of the shows under the studio's umbrella. This one, Sasquatch Odyssey, that Bigfoot podcast. I hear those guys are pretty awesome. Basement Hangout, just all kinds of cool stuff over there. Pick up some merch, sign up for the Bigfoot newsletter, all kind of stuff you can do. So please head over to paranormalworldproductions.com.
And if you have any questions for tonight's guest, if you would, please put them in all capital letters. I highlight them throughout the show. We do a rapid fire Q&A at the end, and I can only grab your questions if I can see them, and I can only see them if they're in all capital letters.
Truer words may have never been spoken.
That's right.
Right.
But sometimes that chat will move, and I'll miss it.
It does. All right, everybody, manimalresearch.org. That is my Bigfoot research organization that I founded back in 2019. We are growing like crazy. If you would love to get involved, get out and do some investigating, some research, start coming to some of our events, we would love to talk to you about that. Head over to manimalresearch.org and contact us. Check out the website. Chris does an amazing job over there. And Tiffany, I know you thought you were done, but I'm going to let you tell them about the membership.
Oh, nice, because I'm completely not even on that screen anymore. Oh, wow.
We don't have one for the membership.
For what membership?
The $1.99.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
tell
we
them
do.
about it.
It's right
Oh,
there.
shit.
It's at the bottom.
Yeah, it's a ticker. I meant the little banner.
I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
We've got a ticker for it, yeah. Anyway, you're being unprofessional.
10 o'clock at night on a Saturday. What do you expect? If you would like to become a member, we have the members Discord. We do members only lives, and we are doing the February free for all giveaway. So what that will entail, we will put out at a later date, because I just decided to, hey, this is going to be a great idea, so we're going to do this. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
like an
Cool.
hour ago.
Yes, because that is me. So, but what that will entail is if you join our dysfunctional family that we put the fun in for $1.99 a month, you are automatically entered. If you are already a member, you will automatically be entered. And we will draw a name at the end of the giveaway, and you will get the prizes that we have. And all of this can be yours for $1.99 a month. It's not a lot of money. It's less than soda. So you get to join, you get to join a wonderful family for only $1.99 with all kinds of perks.
All kinds of perks, or like you said, early access to stuff. Our members only shows are so much fun. We have so much fun doing them. We do 2 or 3 a month. I would like to do 1 a week. Maybe we can work that out. But
Yeah.
we just hang out and watch spooky videos and get creeped out together and laugh, and it's such a good time. That's worth $1.99 right there.
Yeah.
All righty. And lastly, before we get to our guest, as you notice at the bottom, our Cash App and Venmo. We've been asking you guys to help us out that way instead of the super stickers because YouTube likes their money. We like our money too. We need more than they do. We need it more than they do. They are heavy-handed when they come and take their fees. So if you guys want to help us out that way, we would certainly appreciate it. It would mean the world to us. It comes straight to us. We don't have to wait a month for it, and we don't get hit with the fees. So
it's a win-win, and y'all don't get hit with the fees either.
There you go. So if you want to do that, we would greatly, greatly appreciate it. All right, tell everybody about our guest tonight, Miss T.
Well, Miss Cindy has been on in the past. I'm sorry, she's making faces at me at the bottom of the screen. She has been on with us in the past, and she, as Wayne said, is one of the cook ladies who took very good care of them and made some of those awesome tacos. And she is also living with Martha. Now, if you watch Martha's episode, you will know that, but they're not living alone together. They have spooky roommates. And so that is what she's going to come on and tell us about this evening.
All right. You ready to get her out?
I am.
All right. Everybody, let's welcome Miss Cindy. What's up, ma'am?
Howdy ho. Howdy ho. How are you all?
Doing well. And if you guys would notice, Miss Martha is over there with her. We had Miss Martha on a couple weeks ago. She got to hang out. So it's Cindy's turn, but Martha's going to chime in every once in a while. Cindy, I love the hair.
I know. I feel like a Puerto Rican in this hair. It's Puerto Rican.
I feel like a Spanish Puerto Rican in this hair.
A Spanish Puerto Rican. Yeah. Yeah. I did it just for you, and so I hope you like it.
I don't know if that's racist or not. Are we being racist?
It's a TikTok.
Oh no, one of my good friends is Puerto Rican, so I showed her, and she said, "Go for it."
Oh, that excludes you then.
Oh, hey, I'm special. Trust me, I'm special.
Miss Naoma does love the hair.
Of course, everybody does, because it's Puerto Rican, and you just wait till the cookouts. Oh my Lord, we're going to have some hair it'll scare you.
We got the Nana boss in here. She only comes around when it's somebody she knows.
I know the boss. I love you. Love you.
Come around more, lady.
Yes. Because then we can give you some Puerto Rican hair.
Yep, that Rican hair.
Tiffany, take it from here, ma'am. This is your show. You run it.
All right, Wayne, go on to bed. We'll take care of the good stuff.
No, he's got to sit here and look pretty.
Yeah. He's so pretty.
He's so pretty with his fluffy beard.
Run my fingers through your beard.
Yeah.
Wow. So, as you know from last time, we want to know how everything started at your house with your spooky roomies.
When I moved in, they bought this house or had it built here in 2006. That's Martha and her mother, Miss Mary. And I came around probably in 2015 and 14. Okay. And they needed somebody to come in and help take care of Miss Mary because she was, in her late 80s. So in other words, she needed an adult babysitter. So I came in and at first nothing out of the ordinary was going on. I just a regular house with regular strange people and strange animals.
And I didn't tell her about it either.
Well, because we don't talk about it.
Well, we don't talk about it now because it's pretty freaky. But
for her,
As time went on, there are a set of stairs that go downstairs to the basement, which is in the living room. It's kind of hard to explain, but you come in the front door, and the set of stairs for the basement is right there to your left. And my bedroom is directly across from that. And then Miss Mary's bedroom is across from mine. So on many occasions, I would be sitting in the living room and I would hear a tapping or a scratching noise. Now, when you've got 2 cats in the house and 2 or 3 dogs floating around, you're thinking it's that. The funny thing about it is that the cats were downstairs in the basement and the dogs were all outside, and I was in here by myself. So I kind of freaked out. I turned around. Just as I turned around, I caught a glimpse of something on the stairs. Now, you have to see the stairs because it's kind of like they're way up high.
It's a half.
And then they're behind a half wall. So there's 13 stairs that go down. And at the end of that, there's a brick wall. So you're up high, obviously. And so I'm seeing this blackish shadow thing above the stairs. And I thought, what in the hell is that?
Uh-huh.
So I just kind of ignored it and went on about my business. And I was, sweeping the floor later. And I came face to face with this. I don't know if it was an apparition or if it was in my mind. I couldn't tell you, but I seen it just as clear as I can see you.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an older man in overalls in a red plaid shirt. And he had a gray hair that was kind of like Puerto Rican hair. And he was really, scruffy looking. And he scared the living crap out of me because you could see through him. And when I finally got the nerve to ask, who are you? What do you want? He disappeared. So I never said anything to Martha or Miss Mary for a long time. And then Miss Mary brought it up one afternoon during dinner. And she said, have you met the old man in the overalls? Who are you talking about, Nanny? And she'd say, well, I see things around my room. I hear things. So I didn't say anything to her because I didn't want to stir the pot. So when Martha came in from work, I asked her, I said, we need some whiskey because we've got to sit down and talk about this. And so we poured our whiskey and sat down. But of course, her mom was in bed by that time. And I told her, I said, I'm not scared. I'm just concerned because I get a vibe from this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she said she'd seen things, on her side of the house and, in and around the house, but it didn't seem to be anything that was, like demonic or anything like that. So we just counted it up as okay, we have an extra person here. So a few months went by and I would walk by and the picture that hangs above the stairs, it would be kind of crooked. And, I would straighten it back up. I'd come out of the room and it would be crooked again. You would hear like, whoo, like that. And it would come from downstairs and nobody's here and there's nobody in the house. So after about 2 years of this, I said, okay. And I'm yelling at the top of my voice. I said, you all need to go to where you're supposed to be and leave me the hell alone.
Amen.
And, they weren't harmless or he wasn't harmless, but it was just a thing that, that got me. So a few weeks after that, stuff started just floating around. I mean, you could see stuff flying off the living room table and it's a glass table. And we couldn't explain it. I mean, it wouldn't be dogs or cats or air or anything because there's nothing there to do it. I'd go into my room and I have a Bible in there and it would be pulled half out. And I'm very picky about my books in there.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I started to get a little bit, on the tippy-tie side and it's like, this could not be good because you don't mess around with my Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So, we called a friend of mine. She lives in California now. And, she came over and she did a tarot reading. And I don't know anything about that stuff. I don't know how it works, but as soon as she started laying cards down, I felt like there was something heavy on my shoulders. And she said, well, I have an entity attached to me. And she couldn't explain it, but she described him. And I thought, oh, okay, well, who is he? Where did he come from? And he's not my family.
Mhm.
And apparently, according to what she thinks and what other people think, that it's just some sort of a wanderer that comes through and he gets pissed off because we don't pay attention to him.
Ah, makes sense.
So, I mean, we haven't had much about him, hearing from him lately. And that's okay. But yeah, I mean, that was our big guy.
He was talking.
Yeah, and he did talk. You can hear voices from down in the basement. And, it sounds like a radio going on, and it's all over the basement. And it's like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and you'd be getting up, and it's like, what in the hell? Turn that crap off. But it's not any of us doing it. But yeah, he gets sometimes he gets violent, and he'll cuss us out and like I say, throw things and move things to the point of where if we ignore him, he doesn't bother us that much. And I don't know if he'll ever go away because I think he is tied to the land somehow.
Right. And we had just talked about that on the previous episode with Crystal, that it's really not the house that's haunted, it's the land.
Right.
That the house or the business is built on.
Right. It's one of those things where I don't want to be ran out of my home, and I'm not one of those that puts my head between my legs and runs. I want to stand up and find out what it's about. But, if it's coming to the point of where it's getting hurtful, if the grandkids ever come over or anyone and they hurt them, then I got a problem with that.
Exactly.
So, that's one of the things that goes on. There is another thing that my dad had left me when he passed away 5 years ago, a 1965 Chevy El Camino. It's fully restored.
Nice.
And she's giving it to me.
Well, we'll talk after the show, honey.
Okay.
But it sits in my driveway with the cover on it.
Mhm.
And I'm always checking it just to make sure, because when I go to sell the dad burn thing, I want it to look halfway decent.
She's giving it to me.
We'll talk. But I went out there about 3 weeks ago, actually before I went to Louisiana, and I was utterly scared shitless.
Mhm.
My truck parked next to it, and then the El Camino, and then there's Martha's car, the winder-upper. And
It's a hybrid hippie mobile.
I like Wander Upper.
but I went down to pull the tarp down, and I seen a face in the window.
No.
And I swear to you, and it was kind of like, it looked like it had been burned, and it has like deep claw marks in it. And it didn't have red eyes or anything like that, but it just the way the face looked, and it was like it was real looking. And I kind of stood there for a second, and I thought, okay, I'm not drinking, I don't do drugs, I'm not going blind, I don't think. What in the hell?
Right.
So I jerked that down, and yeah, as one of our hosts here, he says, "What the absolute fuck?" Yeah, well, there you go.
That's kind of my thing.
That's right. And so I didn't say anything. I came back in and got the rest of my luggage and stuff and loaded up my truck. And I thought about that all the way when I was driving to Louisiana. It's like, what in the world? I mean, what is that?
Mhm.
So I thought about it off and on. And then when I came back home after about a month or so being gone, the tarp had blown off, and I reached down to pick up the hook that was holding the tarp, and the face was there again. But this time it looked like it had been smashed up to the, like smash
Right.
a piece of bread or something. It looked like it just smashed into the window. And I stood there and I stared at that thing, and I could see strange shit. I mean, it was just, and I had just finished driving, 1,000 miles. So I was not alcohol or nothing like that. I knew I was tired. Yes. So that's what I chalked it up to, is being tired. And when I talked to Martha about it, she goes, I don't know. I don't know what it is. And yeah, Robert, what the actual F. Yes, you're right. I don't know what it was. But either something has followed me or something is here, and it appears ever so often, and it's very terrifying. And we have tried smudging and all of that, but you don't know what to do.
Well, and especially, I mean, does it have a thing for El Caminos? I mean, has this one just been seen in
I'm willing to negotiate.
Sweet. They're freaking
Right.
sweet.
Did you send them?
You got a half car, half truck. How
Yep.
can you beat that?
No,
The best of
I don't
both
want to.
worlds.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I just kind of, just kind of set that aside because it's like, I don't have time to deal with this. I don't know what it is. I don't want to deal with it because I want to stay away from that kind of stuff. You need to be positive, but at the same time, I'm extremely curious.
So let me ask you this.
Excuse me.
Was your dad the only owner of that car?
He bought it from California. It was a burned car. Now, I did research on it, and I guess apparently the guy that owned it in California bought it new at the end of 64.
Mm-hmm.
And he loaned it out to people, and I guess apparently what the story was is that they got into a wreck with it and burned it up, and they didn't repair it. So my dad was a Chevy fanatic, and he brought the idea to my stepmom is, let's get these cars. So a 64 and a 65, and they rebuilt the thing from the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all original parts. So I'm thinking that maybe somebody who was in the fire who couldn't get out, maybe that's what it is, because it doesn't happen all the time. I mean, I'm out there all the time doing yard work and whatever, and it, washing the car, and I don't see it. But
well, that's why I had asked you, because if it wasn't something that was attached to your father, if he wasn't the only owner, as you alluded to, that this happened, that it's the spirit of whoever didn't make it out of that car. This just, and it really, I mean, because you haven't seen it in your house, this face.
right, just out by the car, and it's always in the driver's side window.
Yeah, so it's almost like it's a residual energy that's just kind of lurking about.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking. It's just kind of throws you back, it's kind of first time. It's kind of like when you see Wayne in his yellow overalls, it just kind of throws you back, But
You can't tell me that wasn't the sexiest thing.
I'm telling you what, man, I had dreams about that.
I'm telling you, my bright yellow overalls, insulated. You see me coming from 5 miles, bro.
I've seen pictures of you in those overalls.
I wear them every time I camp when it's cold.
Yeah, he's going to bring them with him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's better than the yellow banana hammock, isn't it?
The banana hammock is under the overalls.
Oh, okay. That's why
it's too cold to wear the banana hammock. So I got to cover them with the overalls.
That's why he watches Peanuts when he wears it. You'll Tiffany, that's an invitation. You'll need to come and see him in his yellow overalls.
We're trying to get Tiffany to make that trip. I hope she can.
Oh, you got to. How could you not miss this? I mean,
because
really?
she's in Virginia, and that's a hell of a drive.
It's not either.
We just did that last week.
Yeah, last week I just drove from Louisiana to Virginia in one day. So
I know. Well, we spoke when you were 2 hours away from my house, but unfortunately, it had just put all this ice down, and no. Tiffany doesn't touch the ice, so.
Well, you should have said something. I'd have swung by and picked you up. You could have partied with the family.
Well, damn. But yeah.
Trust me, there's a lot of partying going on, a lot of alcohol. Yeah.
Well, I don't drink. I have Snapple apple.
Yeah, you have to cut loose for that weekend or that week.
Just have a sipper, that's what my dad called it. Just get you a sipper.
Now, as Miss Chris Blaylock here says, Wayne does rock the yellow overalls.
Yes, he does, man. He's got it going on.
If there's anybody that can pull them off, it's me.
That's right.
Y'all can
But-
continue.
Okay. And action.
Talk about the, we were talking about the ghosts at where I worked, but Cindy worked at a place in Joplin that was destroyed in our tornado and had deaths there. And she had, it's kind of well known in the city about some of the stuff that goes on there, but she actually worked there. So
Yeah,
tell me about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that because you did mention that to me, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it was Home Depot there in Joplin, and after the big May tornado of 2011, that was just, as you all know, that was just total devastation. And inside the store, there was they used to call it the lockbox.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a safe room where you can go for tornadoes, but it only held 12 people.
Oh.
And nobody in the store would, they all wanted to run out of the store and get in their cars and go home before it actually hit. Well, that was a bad idea because, they've all perished.
Right.
Working in there, I worked in the flooring department, and I was helping a gentleman pick out some tile for his bathroom. And now the corner of my eye, I seen on the second shelf, the glue that holds the tiles down, the little bottles, they're probably weigh about 4 pounds each, I guess. You could see them being scooted.
Yeah.
And like your hand was on the side of it and they were being scooted down the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And you cannot get behind the shelves with another person and do it because there's a solid steel beam behind them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to keep a professional face with this guy, and he's a contractor and he's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And he's seeing it, but he's trying to keep a professional face. So we decided we would, take the tiles up to my desk and look at them. As soon as we turned around, this whole crate that was on the very, very top, about, they call it the overstock area.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was on a pallet. It fell off right in front of us.
No.
And you can't get it up there by hand. You have to use a forklift.
Uh-huh.
And the whole damn thing just fell off. Within feet of us. And I can't repeat what I said because it wasn't very ladylike.
I'm sure. I don't think anybody would have said anything very ladylike at that point.
Well, he got so scared, he kind of almost jumped in my arms.
Oh.
And he's a big old guy, because he's going, what in the hell? We didn't know what it was. So here comes other employees and they go, what happened? It's like, we don't know.
Mm-hmm. So
we gathered our senses and we went back and just, we tried to put it behind us because it's like, well, it could have happened. It could have been on the edge, the rack could have lost some screws, you just don't know.
Right.
And then we were in the break room getting coffee for this gentleman. And I heard a whisper from around where the refrigerator was, and there's nobody in the break room.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, go home. And it's like, oh, okay, well, it's time to go home, I thought it was one of the bosses, and I'm going, yeah, well, I'm getting the sale and blah, blah, blah. Go home. And kid you not, it was like right in my ear. And I thought, oh, well, okay, so I kind of ignored it, took the coffee back out. We go back out to my desk and on the floor by where all this happened. And he was hearing people saying, please help us, please help us. And it was whispers coming from that area.
Right.
Well, what had happened earlier, with the tornado, apparently there were like 2 or 3 people that were crushed by those pallets that had fallen off because they couldn't get out from the storm. And that's exactly where my desk was. And it's residual, yes, but the idea behind it is that they were trying to communicate with us, to help them. And so, long story short, his wife came in and she paid for her orders and she started to have a panic attack.
Wow.
and I didn't feel it in the air because I guess I was just used to it. I didn't feel any of it, but she said it was like a hot air flowing around her.
Oh, wow.
And carpet samples there. And they were on a turntable thing. And she let go of that, and you could see her hand imprint in that carpet sample. And I thought, well, that's kind of strange, because, and I'm thinking about all the different types of carpet. And she just looked at me kind of strange. She said, "I'm sorry, Cindy, but I've got to go." She said, can I call you and finish my order of what I want?
Mm-hmm.
And, I kind of was flabbergasted. And I said, "Well, sure. I mean, is anything okay?" And she goes, "No, I got to get out of the store."
Mm.
So we're in the break room, and there's 2 or 3 people. And then I'm telling them, it's like, "What, have you guys felt anything?" And they said, "Yeah, where the old rooms were on the other side of the store, which had been the south side of the store. The building had completely caved in on all these people. There was like 5 people over there, I think, 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that they see the people coming up out of the cement floor.
Oh, no. Uh-uh.
And they say customers say it. They said, "You can call me crazy, you can do whatever, but this is what we see. What the hell is it?" We were even accused of saying that, we were booby trapping the place so we could get customers in because the place was haunted. Hell no, I'm not coming in because the place is haunted.
No.
I have to work there. But yeah, little things like that happen. So there's probably about 10 or 15 of us employees. We had a powwow, and some of the stuff that we talked about was just downright scary. So it all has to do with the ghost from the tornado.
And that's so sad, because you just think about, it's like, do you realize that you're no longer alive?
Yeah, it's one of those things where you look around and you ask yourself, well, can I help you, but how do I do it? I mean, what can I do without causing you any more issues or causing me issues?
Right. Yeah, more likely causing you issues by that.
Yeah, because I don't want to bring them home with me. Nope, been there, done that, and that's enough, So
you got plenty living there with you right now.
Well, I mean, the scariest thing about living here. I mean, I love living here, but the problem with a lot of it is where my bedroom is. Excuse me, it has just one window in it, and the window faces to the west. To the west, and there is a pole light out in the backyard. So, I mean, the whole area is just lit up because there's a pole light at the neighbors, 2 or 3 around. So the whole area is pretty well lit up.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the issues I had, and this was starting 2 years ago, 3 years ago, was I would be sound asleep and I would feel someone pushing down on the bed by my feet. Like you could actually feel the handprints pushing down, wake me up. And, I know it wasn't Martha, just because she would knock on the door or she would yell at me or something, So I'm thinking, what in the world? You're dreaming. So I tried to go back to sleep, and then you could feel the covers start to pull. And I raised up and I said, "What in the fuck are you people doing? I'm trying to sleep."
Leave me alone, damn it.
Well, here comes Martha. She goes, "What's wrong?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. Some jerky face is in here and it won't let me go to sleep. I don't know what it is."
You say jerky face?
Yes,
I said,
love it.
jerky face. Jerky face. Yep, jerky face. Mm-hmm.
Damn jerky faces.
That's right, jerky faces. But, I that went on for a long time. And then right after Martha's mother, because her mother did pass in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Right after she passed, and we did not feel any ill energy or anything. But we did feel the touches. She would walk by and pat us on the shoulder, and you could just feel, it was a loving touch. Mm-hmm. Or she would touch our face or something, and it's like, oh, that's great, And one day I just felt like I had to go over and give Martha a big old hug and kiss on the cheek and tell her I loved her. For out of the blue, I don't know where that came from, but it was her mom,
Yeah.
But that went away. And then my mom passed away in March, or April 30th on Martha's birthday this last year.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, yeah, you know, I'm grieving and all of that stuff. But a couple of weeks after she passed, old things started happening again.
Mm-hmm.
In the corner of the bedroom is a toy box with a TV on it. And it's not hooked up or anything. It just holds my fancy junk.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how to describe it, guys, but in the corner between, and that's where the window is. So the window is here. And then at an angle is the other wall where the TV is.
Mm-hmm.
And I woke up from a dead sleep and I could smell something burning. I mean, and it was not food. It wasn't, I don't know what it was, but it was, you could smell it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, I jumped up and checked all the fire alarms and they're hardwired to the house. So I was praying that, you know, they're going to do their job.
Right.
I ran in, checked on the animals and checked on everybody, and there's no smoke smell in the rest of the house. So I thought, damn it, you're dreaming, you know, wake up. So I go back in the bedroom and I lay down and I couldn't sleep. And as soon as I rolled over to my left side, I looked at the window, and to the right of the window was this, you know, the cape that the Grim Reaper wears, that's in all that he depicts with the, you know, this
the hood and
it's a big, huge black figure was standing there, and I didn't see any red eyes. I didn't see any of that, but I could see it was hollow, I guess would be the word.
Fuck
And
that.
it was, yeah, that's exactly what I said. It was like, what is this? You know, get out. And I got so scared. I was like a little kid. I threw the covers over my head and I kept saying, oh God, please, oh God, please, oh God, please. You know, that's all I could do.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to sleep and I didn't say anything to anybody because I'm already in a nuttier than a $2 bill. And so, you know, I just, I didn't know what to do. And I thought about it and thought about it. It brought me to the point of depression so bad that I had to sleep on the living room couch a couple of nights in a row.
Right.
And trust me, that's not fun with 2 dogs.
Well, no, of course not.
But it came back and it was getting clearer and you could see the face of it.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it looked like a wicked witch, but it was, I mean, again, it was just the whole face was just black and hollow, but you could see features. I know that doesn't make sense, but it was just a frightening thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I still, to this day, every time I see it, I run and hide. I told Martha, scoot your ass over. I'm sleeping with you tonight.
When's the last time you saw it?
About 3 weeks ago.
And it comes, when it comes to your room, does it come the same way with like the burning smell, or is it just?
No, I'll be asleep and certain things will wake me up again, like the handprints or pulling of the cover. And when I wake up like that, I look around to see, you know, what's going on. And I sleep with my in the floor, my mom's dog. I inherited him, and his name's Outlaw, and he's an older dog, so he sleeps on his bed down the floor. It even freaks him out. When this happens, he starts to whine.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's wanting to crawl on my skin. It's like it scares the crap out of him. So the last time that I had seen this, I didn't know what to do. And I just sat there and, you know, I started reading Bible verses and I thought, you know, I don't know what you are or where you come from, but you got to go.
Right.
And I said, you know, I can't live my life being afraid of something that, you know, I don't know what you are.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought it was maybe a past relative or something. And then I said, Mom, if that's you, what the hell, you know, come to me as you, not as this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it is scary and it is very, very dark. And every night
that I had.
And Martha had one, you know, and I think maybe it went from her to me because she had the exact same experiences on her side of the house.
Yeah, she had mentioned that to us, that she had this black figure and that, you know, it was shared.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I guess it's my sparkling personality that makes them come to me. I don't know.
You can keep them. You can keep them.
It's your Spanish Puerto Rican hair.
It's my Puerto Rican hair. I do it just for you because I know Wayne's jealous.
Yeah. And you wanted me to go like, oh, with my little hands.
With your little hands. You're jealous of her little hands and Puerto Rican hair. You got to get Tiffany tiny hands. Yep.
Yep.
Tiny hand Tiffany.
That's right. She's the TTH.
Tiny hand Tiff.
Yeah,
THT.
you've got to come to the cookout and to the conference, Tiffany. I mean, not only will you learn a lot, but you get to see my Puerto Rican hair and you get to taste our food and have a great time.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, again, I will say it. I've said it I don't know how many times. Those 4 or 5 days was some of the best of my life, really. I had so much fun. It was an amazing time hanging out with like-minded people, just good people, good food, good drink, good jokes. We laughed the whole time. There wasn't a whole lot of Bigfooting going on in our side anyway. Some people were out doing it, but we were just hanging out and chilling, swapping stories, having a great time. If you guys can make it to that event, I recommend it. I don't want to beg you to come, but I'm right there at it. You guys would have so much fun.
Yep.
It's the
And the
Ozark Mountain
speakers,
Bigfoot Conference.
the speakers this year that Marianne has got lined up. I don't know them
Who
all.
does she have lined up, Cindy?
I don't know them
We-
all.
we-
She'd
we
break my
can't-
legs if I told you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I know. I was just trying to get you to say me.
Oh, well,
Well, you're there.
Wayne's the star of the show because he promised us he'd wear his yellow overalls. But no, the speakers are great this year.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if she announced it yet, but there are some really good speakers this year.
she hasn't announced it yet. She's still getting some final,
Fine tuning.
some fine tuning done. But it's supposed to be Friday night, a VIP night, and that is.
Hint, hint, wink, wink. If you are a fan of that Bigfoot podcast, you will be excited.
Yep. Because there's lots. We're working on lots of little goodies for our VIPs and for your little goodie bags.
That VIP night's going to be really cool.
Yep. There'll be laughter and
Good food.
a freaking Puerto Rican will be there with her hair and all that good stuff. So, but yeah, folks, if you really want some serious Bigfoot fun and experience where you actually learn something and you actually go out and research
and participate.
That's right. Come to the Ozark Mountain Bigfoot Conference. That is the first weekend in October, and you can go to the website on Facebook and check it out. Like I said, Marianne's going to be releasing the speakers' names fairly shortly. She's got a bunch of finalization to do, but I know for a fact it's going to be great because
we cook.
We cook. I mean, you can't go, look at that face. You can't go wrong with that face.
If I could make a recommendation on the cooking, I think we need every morning. We need biscuits
and gravy. Yep.
There you go. Every morning, it needs to be a side dish at least.
And
Do whatever you want, but have a side of biscuit and gravy.
I heard somebody had a particular liking for my Bigfoot cookies.
Oh God, did I eat? I ate like 100 of those, didn't I? I was embarrassed by how many of them fuckers I was putting down.
We'll make you your own batch, so you can.
They were sugar cookies, these Bigfoot sugar cookies, and I would like quadruple them, like not just one, but like layer them. And of course,
like a sandwich of cookies.
Exactly.
Yep.
Of course, there was a lot of alcohol consumption.
And he broke a chair. Yeah, did you remember that? He broke a chair.
Chair from
I
laughing
did
so
not
hard.
hear that story.
Oh, that was the most funniest. I had to get up and go to leave to go pee, and because I was about to let myself.
I broke my chair because I was laughing.
Yep.
I was laughing so hard I kept pushing back. Like I couldn't catch my breath.
Well, Brian had a lot to do with that too.
He was egging you on.
And I kept pushing back, and it's one of those. It's a camping chair, one of the rocking chairs. I paid like $80 for that chair. I loved it. It was a camping rocker, and I just kept pushing back and back, and it just ripped down the side.
And he couldn't hardly get up out of the chair. We were too busy laughing to help him.
Gosh.
So yeah, you will have a great time, and you know, they'll teach you how to do casting, which that's important. They'll teach you how to listen, you know, what to do and what not to do. We have
in the daytime
Yep.
and nighttime.
Yeah, we do both day and night expeditions out there, and it's a lot of fun. And you know, like me, sometimes I'll go out and do the hikes at night. Sometimes I'll do one at the daytime, but mostly I'll stick around the camp, you know, because a lot of stuff does happen at camp.
Right.
But yeah, whatever you need to do, if you need to just sit and relax and chill, get you a snack, whatever, we've got you covered. We do have a good time, and we do take care of our guests. Mary Ann's got a good thing going on.
Mary Ann is an awesome host. She's
Yes, she is.
a wonderful lady.
She is. Yeah, she's got a lot planned this year. We're going to be some busy Bigfooters, I tell you that.
Tiffany, you want to get to the Q&A?
The questions. Yeah, absolutely. I was just intrigued with listening to the stories. So, okay. Miss Chris Blaylock, have you ever asked him to leave? Now, this is in reference to the first gentleman that you spoke of.
The gentleman in the car, or
the one at the house.
Overalls.
The one in the overalls. Yeah, we have asked him over and over. Like I said, we've had we smudge the house all the time, and you know, I feel like he's not a dangerous entity, but at the same time, when we have people over, like for the holidays, for example, he'll show up, but he's just an ominous spirit standing there, and it's like, what in the hell is that? You know, what are you guys trying to pull here?
Right.
So yeah, we have asked him to leave several times, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't have his hearing aids in.
Okay. Let's see. Marion Bott, was there another house where your house was built?
No.
That would be a Martha answer.
No, it was farmland. Farmland, and you know, there could have been early settlements here, but nothing in this precise location. The original farmhouse would be to the east and the west, where the original house is.
Got you. Awesome. Crystal Blevins, do we have a haunted car?
Ooh.
Well,
The El Camino, I think she's talking about.
Yeah, she's talking about the El Camino.
I certainly hope not, because I want to sell that sucker. I can't really advertise, you know. I guess I could advertise, you know, for an extra $5,000. I'll sell you the ghost with it.
It's haunted as hell, guys. Y'all don't need that car. Nobody needs that car. Just donate it to me.
Donate it to you.
Donate it to Manimal.
Yeah. You know, by the way, Martha and I are going to speak with you about Manimal, because we want to join up. So we need to talk to you about that.
Well, message me on Facebook. We will get it going.
All right, my man, we'll do that. Are there any other questions for this wonderful Puerto Rican?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In regards to the entity in your room, was it like a sulfur smell?
No, the smells vary. I mean, musk would be one of the smells that comes around. It always, because I cleaned out the windowsills, and I thought, well, that's what it was. You know, it's the dirt that's blown in there and stuff. So I cleaned it out really good, and I vinegared it and all this stuff. Cleaned the floors and the walls and all this stuff. It's a musty smell that comes through most of the time.
Okay. T. Roy in Tennessee, have you ever been tucked in bed at night, and what did you make of it?
Yep, I have.
Shut up.
And it always happens, you know, after someone that I'm very close to passes, and it was this last time was my mama. But before that, Mary Ann had lost her mother, And her name was Mary, and I've always called her Miss Mary. When we were at her house the day of the funeral, I was sitting on the couch, and there was a throw blanket. And I wasn't cold. I was quite comfortable, and I was just listening to everybody around talk, and they were stuffing their faces. You know how that stuff goes.
Mm-hmm.
And the throw blanket came off of the back of the couch, threw it over my arms, and you could feel it like it was like a baby tucking me in.
You're kidding.
And I just raised up, and I said, "Thank you, Miss Mary." And then, of course, after that, it always makes me cry, and I don't know why. I mean, it's like because you could feel like it was a loving thing, you know?
Right.
And then it happened again when Mom passed in my bed, and I knew it was her because I asked her to come talk to me because I miss her very much.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Please come lay beside me." And it wasn't that she laid beside me, but I could feel her pulling the covers up on me, and felt the softness of my cheek. Because she just had to be there for me.
That is what I don't know. What would you do, Wayne, if somebody tucked you in a bed?
I don't know, because y'all know how much I miss my mom.
Mm-hmm.
If my mom was to come and tuck me in, I mean, in all reality, though, I mean, be honest. In all reality, as much as I love my mom and I miss her, if she was to show up in the middle of the night, I'd be freaked the fuck out.
I do get freaked out, but I miss my mom very much, and I love her very much, and I can't. I'm not going to push that away because that's something that I need at this point in my life.
Sure.
But at the same time, I know it's her.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have special X-ray vision. I just know it's her.
Right.
And that's something that's comforting to me. But when the other creature or whatever that thing is that comes up, I literally almost pee my pants because I was like, I got to get the hell out of here.
Right. Yeah.
And, there is a difference because you'll know when somebody tucks you in bed.
Yeah. Well, and you feel that energy too.
Yeah.
That they put
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Marion wants to know, where is the conference we were talking about, or the get together?
The Ozark Mountain Bigfoot. I have to read this because I'll get in trouble. The Ozark Mountain Bigfoot Conference and Camp Out is going to be in the Springfield area. Now, Friday night is in Ozark, but Friday night will be in Springfield at the Relics for the get together for the VIPs. Mm-hmm. So you will get directions and all that stuff when you sign up. Please, people, sign up. We need you. We need you to come out and have fun with us. But yeah, it is the first weekend of October.
Okay, awesome. And Crystal Blevins, who we just recently had on, do you have any bodies of water near you? We
do have a small pond out front, and we had thought about that, but I'm not so sure if it's that. I do see the little fairies that are around the pond, and it could be my old eyes playing tricks on me. It could be my glasses. I don't know, but I don't know if that pond has any residual that would do anything like that.
No, because I dug the pond. It was a bog, but we're an area surrounded by creeks. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of aerial flooding because we're kind of flat here, but you can't go a mile without crossing some sort of creek. So there's a lot of water in the area.
Yeah, because there's a lot of known paranormal things that happen near water. See, we've had it here at our house, and we have Bat Creek is directly across the street from our house, and it runs all the way. So I get it.
Well, you just don't know where these things come from. I don't claim to be an expert. I don't want to be an expert. I want to get along, and I don't want them to harm my family or my animals. And it's one of those things. I think, they say that they may travel with you because they've attached themselves to you. I believe that.
Oh, yeah.
because some of the stuff that happened to me when I was in Louisiana, it was like, oh my God, I thought I left you behind. Go back home, get in the suitcase.
Yeah, right. See you later.
That's right. That's right.
Wow. Well, I wouldn't be able I don't know if I'd be able to go back in the bedroom after seeing that thing.
I don't have a
Just
choice
hanging
unless I
out in the
camp out on the floor.
I'd sleep on the floor.
Well, I have, there are some protection things I have, and I recently found a ring that I think my dad had given me when I was a teenager, and it's just I don't know what I think it looks like runes. What do you call those?
Rune stones.
Yes, and it's just a piece of silver, but ever since I put that on, I don't feel any of the darkness in my room.
Awesome.
So I don't know if it's just me and my craziness or if it's just something that has to do with this ring, but I ain't taking it off until I'm dead. So y'all can't have it.
There you go.
All my potion making.
So yeah, I mean,
ring. You can keep the ring. I'll take the El Camino.
It's a fair trade. How's that?
Yeah, but my bank account says we'll talk.
My bank account says we won't.
Now you don't know till you see her. She's purty. She's real purty. She shines like a diamond.
Oh, I know.
Any other questions?
No,
I think that's it.
That was
Awesome.
the last one.
Nobody liking my Puerto Rican hair? I'm hurt.
Everybody loves it.
Yeah.
They've been talking about it all
I'm
night. I mean, I think we're going to get the news out here to cover it.
Oh my Lord. Let me go put on my face.
All right. Cindy, we appreciate it so much. Martha, thank you for hanging out with us. You ladies are awesome. And I have bragged so much about your cooking, especially those damn tacos. Those damn tacos, those pork tacos. I mean, oh God.
We're given the recipes, but Martha and I tweak them. So I'm responsible for your tacos that time around.
Yeah, she did the seasoning.
I did purchase a cookbook last time, or I think we
Yes, you did. Yep.
Yeah, and you autographed it for me. That was really cool. But yeah, I mean, the cooking guide, there it is. I have that exact one. The cooking is amazing. Those tacos were great. I'm a breakfast guy. I love breakfast, and they take care of you.
Nona Boss, we love you too.
Yes, we do. We certainly do, Marty. Can't wait to hang out with you again this year. Guys, it was fun. It was great.
Yes.
Wait
Yes.
to hang out with y'all later this year, and I appreciate you hanging out with us.
Oh, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, and stay safe out there. And remember, Ozark Mountain Bigfoot Conference, first weekend of October. Come and see me.
Yes,
Come
yes.
see these ladies.
That's right.
All right, ladies, y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. We will talk soon.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. That was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah, I like how we kind of reverse roles.
I know.
You took the lead. I kind of handled the chat.
Yeah.
We need to do that more often. I like not doing nothing.
Well, I'm your ghosty girl anyway. I am like so totally for like the paranormal and
You do a lot more talking during the paranormal stuff.
yeah. I'm just not as I am infatuated with Bigfoot. I'm just not as knowledgeable as you are on Bigfoot. I'm like totally 100% paranormal. I know all the devices. I know all the things.
Yeah, I see Crystal asking about the Discord. Ma'am, I will send you a link as soon as we get done. I think we're going to go over, I know I am. I'm going to go over to the Discord, hang out for a little bit. Tiffany, you going to come?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was reading Crystal's comment. What about a Bigfoot ghost? Do you think there are?
Holy fuck.
Have you ever thought of it?
I see, now that I think about that, I think I have considered it, but I haven't thought a whole lot about it. What if there were ghost Bigfoots? Why wouldn't there be?
Oh, why wouldn't there be?
People
I mean,
talking about ghost pets, right?
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. People talk about it all the time, seeing, well, especially cats. Wow. Maybe, shut up. Maybe that is where they see them and it appears like they're cloaking, but they're actually not.
Now you just open all kind of shit that we can't get into right now, Tiffany.
You're welcome. I mean, what if?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
God,
Just
I don't
saying.
know. You're making my brain hurt, bruh.
I know. I have like a temple headache right here. I mean, it's just something to consider. And it's like she said, maybe the ones we see are ghosts.
You're right. Let's continue the conversation over on Discord. If you are a PO freak, you can join us. If not, sign up and then you can join us.
Yes. It's only $1.99 and you get to get in on all the madness. And you would miss out on it.
Say your goodbyes, madam.
Thank you all for coming to our very first ever doubleheader on Paranormal Odyssey. You can only find the best if you come and hang out with all of the best that is here in this chat room. And excuse me, what was your finger flying for?
That thing won't work.
Oh, I was like,
yeah. I wasn't flipping you off. I was flipping fucking string art off. There you go.
There you go. But yes, thanks for coming, and we'll see you next time.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. We love you. We thank you. Until we see y'all again, y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Later, player.